Welcome to season 4, episode 2. Can you believe it? Here we are. We're in California. I transported in time. I think we're catching up in real time now, finally. Like it's like one of the biggest learning curves for me with this YouTube channel has been a backlog of footage, like just like how I just accumulate it. And then it's like if I delay editing, man, it's a slippery slope. It's hard to get back in that headspace, remember all the details. It's like, because then you have to rewatch it instead of like remembering. Anyway, so these are the things I'm discovering with my 90-day challenge. That's like what's going to encapsulate all of season 4 is me trying to step this up and make this a real thing, because you guys, I've been dabbling a long time, and truth be told, I'm doing this for money. I want this to work. So because I'm a performer and I'm an artist and I'm a spiritual teacher, and I'm kind of like trying to roll all those things into one and retrain everybody in analog pacing and timing and values and kind of a more simpler, wholesome way, and which I practice in my own life. So that's what I'm sharing. Anyway, I'm staying with my friend, and I snuck up off to a little garden. This property was belonged to like an older lady who lived here for like 20 years or something. So this little orchard is just like the sweetest. It just feels like a warm little old lady hug. It's so nice. It's like, you know, thoughtful things, and I don't know. I just love roses. They're like my favorite. Can you smell it? Can you smell it from there? It smells so good. Yes. Roses are just my favorite. What we're going to see today is my first week. So it's from departing in Baltimore, which had a little challenge. I hope everyone's doing okay out there. It is definitely feels like a neo-depression, well past a recession. I mean, things have been a shit show in my life for a long time. I mean, which, I mean, is traceable back to the last time I think you were entertained by anything, really. Because that's why, yeah, the culture has been off the rails, because they've really made it hard for underground artists. And it's a silent killer, because whatever, we're treated like we're degenerates. I just had someone call me a degenerate the other day. Just yeah, get a job, like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm holding down the culture. Do you understand? You're gonna need it. I'm not saying that I'm afraid of work, you guys. Like, that's not the thing. I'm a really hard worker, and you know that. But it's just been like years now that I have felt like actually thwarted from just doing you know, reasonable work, and also needing people to return to the real world. I mean, that's the other part, because that's kind of on you. And I have noticed that, like, my friends who are more on social media and Instagram and stuff, you know, it's a different pace on YouTube. I'm trying to do a little bit of a longer form, like about half hour to 50 minute episodes, you know, with music and editing and little titles in between and all that. It's a big effort on my part. I don't have great equipment. I was also chastised the other day. It's like, why do you tell your friends and family anything, really? You know, it's like they just kind of make you feel the worst, because you have to really protect yourself when you're in the dreamer phase, from the realist and the critic. And those are 3 phases of Walt Disney's creative process: the dreamer, the realist, and the critic. And each one has their place, but each has to be protected from the other. So, you know, a lot of people who also deny and suppress things in themselves, or won't follow their own passions, or have really stifled their dreams and squished themselves down, their soul down into like such a tight little ball, they can't have any joy, and they can't let you have any joy because they have made it so they can't have any. You know, I'm so tired of like those people reacting to me, because I'm like, I've had to hold on to it despite all that. Like, despite everything, I've had to believe in myself and believe in this channel and keep going now, you know, despite a lot of external validation or feedback. So, you know, it is a very vulnerable, tender stage for me in the growth of this channel. And I'm really grateful to those of you that have been here. I mean, I know what a small number it is. Like, I'm at like 81 subscribers, but I know it's probably about 20 of you guys that regularly even watch. And thank you for that. I am done talking about it to a lot of friends and family. I'm just really relying on building a relationship with the algorithm now, and hoping that they can push this along to like organic people that I don't know, So you guys know how these things go, but it's, man, things have been rough for a long time. And I guess my advantage now is just that I've had so many chances to practice like losing it all and gracefully just marching forward, fully believing that, that I have faith and I have trust, and, that I'm gonna get where I want to eventually, and that what it looks like on the outside is not at all what could be going on the inside. And that includes everything from people to nature to, political figures to everything. So it's like, we really don't know. Time is what tells. So I'm just in a place of trusting and having faith. And so I'm here to give up on one little dream, which was to kind of get my wagon parallel to my sister. And, we tried that, and life went off in a different direction for her. So I just had to accept that that plan didn't work. So I'm back out here again. I've been houseless for a long time, you guys. I wound up in Baltimore for like a year and just kind of sputtered out. Very sad since losing my studio, and so now I'm getting the back and forth more this year. This is like my second or third time. Well, it feels like the third because I went to Seattle and came back, but flying wise. Anyway, oh my goodness, the chickens are in there. Oh, they probably want to come out. We should go let them out. I will the chickens are yelling at me. So that's what you're going to see in this episode, is me arriving back and moving out of the garage and back into storage. Meanwhile, in the background, in addition to the 90-day challenge right now and just trying to pick up gigs and work and stuff like that, I am working on a pretty tight schedule with illustrating my own tarot card deck, which has been a dream of mine for a long time. So I've been getting up every morning and either writing for Substack. If you want to join my Substack, don't forget that. That's the blog. If you like my writing, if you like it here, you might like some of the things I write about over there. So that's what's going on in the background. I'm making some progress on the wands. I'm doing the first suit in the element fire. So that's the other thing you're going to see. It's nice to be back in fall when there's still little bits of summer around. Ah. I guess you could file this under shit getting real. Because the power's been turned out. They said we had till the 29th, but then it was turned off on the 14th with no warning. So they are fucking with us, you guys, just so you know. But alchemy is going to be the best friend here. I mean, look at that. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Yeah, we're done with this shit. But also, isn't it kind of romantic? Look at the little lantern. We've got some very romantic candlelight, which in a pinch does put off some warmth in an ARV. I do know that, but it's just so romantic, isn't it? Tomorrow, I'm getting on a flight in the morning, so man, things feel really nuts. I hope you're holding up okay. I had a couple and beers with my friend. So that was fun. Because honestly, I'm like, am I saying goodbye here or am I going out there to say goodbye? Or is this the start? I don't know what's happening. I really don't know what's happening. But other than that, I'm fucking psyched for a change of perspective before it gets too much worse.
Welcome back.
Oh my god. Back. If it's the power's not on. Like, I'm just not.
I got my own PG&E shit. It's like, you know, I got log online to pay. It's like, oh, no balance. And I should have fucking dug deeper. I was like, all right, fuck, dude. You know? I go to pay my bill and it says amount owed 0.
Yeah.
You know, fuck. And then I get this disconnection notice like, oh, you owe 900.
Made it. Nice to see these guys again. This is one of the best things about being back in Northern California is the bulk herb section. And this is just one of multiple stores that have this incredible selection. I just love all these herbs so much. Like, I love making little herbal teas and it helps me with the jet lag. And also when I come back from being in a city, I really do feel like the forest detoxes me. So it's kind of a process that I try to support with herbs and stuff. Okay, we're back. It's a little sad. My sister's gone, and but look, the things I cleaned still look nice. But I have a lot to do in here. Oh, this is on. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I just gotta load this stuff. I got a couple trips because it's like some bigger furniture. And ooh, my bed's on the ground. That's no good. Rats have already been there. That's no good. Ew. Ew. And they chewed up my blanket. So that's what happens when you leave things out here and can't get here in time. So nature just starts taking your stuff back. But okay, we'll see how it goes today. I made it. I still have jet lag, and this bath is really helping, as is the golden hour in the forest. It's so nice. Isn't it a pity if you have to leave Nevada City? Sing a little ditty about Nevada City, leaving such a pity. Gives the nitty gritty in Nevada City. Isn't it a pity to leave Nevada City? Making progress. Okay, I gotta tackle this. Okay. All good. I do love how these curtains turned out. I mean, not bad for this garage door not going down. I mean, it wouldn't work in the winter, but I use this old flexible hose so the wind can't blow it forward or back too much. If that makes sense. And it just kind of loops here, but it worked pretty well. I mean, it's just like a little barrier. It isn't like a security thing, but gotta take all this down. Okay, got load number 2 ready, and it's warmed up quite a bit. Yeah, I'm just like thinking a lot about how many times I've had to like do this kind of move, because you know, I've been trying to rebuild my life basically since my divorce, really, and that's like 10 years now. It's crazy. But then I was canceled. That ruined my career. I moved a bunch, but yeah, I haven't. And then COVID. So, you know, it's just been this whole time. So it's like I keep having to decide whether I temporarily just like go all in and invest in like a rental situation, you know, with someone else. Like in this case, my sister. My half sister moved out here a year after me. And so I was like, maybe it makes sense for us to sort of like, you know, kind of circle our wagons a little closer, you know, just being out here and stuff. And then situation changed and she moved in the time that I was gone, but I had like been trying to see if that was a possibility, and then it just turned out that it wasn't. So it's like I decided to try and invest my time in fixing this place up and just see, you know, but I'm like, I keep having to do this. So instead of coming back here and like working on shows or getting gigs or, you know, just getting right to work, it's like I have to start all over again. And this like it keeps happening because I haven't been in a situation where I totally control stuff. And because the housing regulations with live workspaces, which is like what most artists and tradespeople really need. So it's really crazy. You know, you have to have 2 places. They won't let you just have, you know, crash in your studio. It's like completely not legal. They police it really heavily. So it's just crazy. They police a lot of things really heavily out here because they don't want anybody here that doesn't have like money and stuff. So it's just annoying. Anyway, so that's all. I'm just contemplating that and getting ready to make the drive to put the things back away. You know, I'm just kind of thinking about how it's gone out here and stuff, and I just feel like, and how I've observed other people too, it does something to you coming out here. It's like I got this like pimple. Like, as soon as I get back, it's like all the toxins, like, push up and out of me. Like, it's like medieval what happens. Like, the forest is just, like purges you of lots of toxic things. And one of the prices of living here, I feel like, is really confronting your deepest fears, partly through living them. Like, that, like, there's something, like, about being out here that brings out like really, really primal fears in people, you know, and that's what the wild does. Like, it is deep, it is scary, you know, and I don't know. I mean, I always gravitate to it, but I grew up, you know, running through the woods, so I understand, you know, maybe people do need kind of a guide and stuff. Maybe that's what I'm here for. I don't know, but I just think that that's one thing I've observed to be true is, yeah, the forest cleans you up and out. It's like, and it'll make or break you. And, you know, so be it. It should be that way. The land has a price, you know, and it's saying, are you going to take care of me? Are you really going to be here for me? It's like, you better show me. That's what's saying. Anyway, we're at storage now. The thing that sucks so hard about this is that, like, now the storage unit is going to be crammed again. So I'm not going to be able to, like, maneuver in here, which makes everything so much harder. It's just like, oh, and every time I'm like, okay, just get rid of the stuff. I'm like, no, because instantly the nest could reopen if I can find a space. I'm like, I was in the middle of a lot of creative conversations that I was not done yet. Like, I had projects going, I had, you know, things that I was not ready to give up on when Snowmageddon forced me out. And, but man, I'm just like, I've been in here, like, and had to, you know, navigate and maneuver, and it's just really hard. It's just like, oh, going backwards to that feels really bad. So I'm just trying to wrap my brain around how I can do it the best. Like, I also, if you remember, my tools all got stolen from Baltimore, which is crazy. After this thing with the linden trees, which you can read about on my Substack. But anyway, more soon. Keep these from sliding out, getting damaged. Quickening of your development is indicated here. Yet, even in times of accelerated growth, you will have reason to halt along the way, to reconsider the old, to integrate the new. Take advantage of these halts. If you're undergoing difficulties, remember, the nature of your passage depends upon the quality of your attitude, the clarity of your intention, and the steadfastness of your will. Be certain that you are not suffering over your suffering. Drawing Thurisaz reverse demands contemplation on your part. Hasty decisions at this time may cause regrets, for the probability is that you will act from weakness, deceive yourself about your motives, and create new problems more severe than those you are attempting to resolve. I did create these problems, trusting people and just, impulses must be tempered by thought for correct procedure. Do not attempt to go beyond where you haven't yet begun. Be still. Collect yourself and wait on the will of heaven. All right. Morning. We're here. This is how it's going. I haven't really painted horses very much. They're pretty tricky. They have all kinds of interesting joints in odd places. But they're cool animals, huh? Knight of Wands rushing in. Rushing in. Usually they say about the knights, it's like here for a good time, not a long time. Flashy, fast moving. No, not much of a plan. Action taker. Not a planner. That's the danger with the wands. You gotta be careful. That's why next you have to master your emotions and then your thoughts. So
to have all these hits on names of elite families and figures that are public facing when it comes to witnesses in the disclosure mix, that's really interesting. To me, especially with recent events, it just sticks out with this Charlie Kirk Snake Eyes thing. You start to wonder if people are brought into some of these secret networks and given new identities. Maybe they're given fake birthdays, and these number codes just are stacked up in them, in these fake identities, to have some kind of effect, a potent effect. It's weird. Why do George Floyd and Charlie Kirk have the same birthday 20 years apart? And why did they serve basically the same purpose for people on both sides of the divide? Both killed, which we all watched on camera and were affected by. And then the person is exalted with halos and angel wing artwork. And the other side says, oh, look at them, basically exalting a really terrible person. It's just like such a mirroring.
Finished this morning, and there's always stuff I don't like about it. Like, I'm not sure the horse doesn't look like a cow. But you know, it's so, you just have to be so patient with yourself and just like reserve judgment. Like, don't judge yourself, just finish it. And then when you look at them like together, you're like, oh my gosh, look, I've done so much. And it, like, all the little imperfections just kind of go away. I am noticing that because these are court cards and they're like kind of more into the journey of mastery than 1 through 10 of the wands are, that they're taking a lot longer. My goal every week has been to do 4 cards, but I think for the court cards, it's just not possible. It's taken me like 3 or 4 sittings for each one. So, you know, it just is like half the time, I guess, but feeling good about it. It's just good to finish stuff. I mean, this has been a dream project for years. And look at him. He's got his bow legs. He's got a little package there. His feet are not pointed in the forward. And he's not totally looking where he's going either. He's kind of looking at the audience. I guess he's assuming there is one. That's kind of a Knight of Wands. Very passionate. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Everything's whoosh. Okay, thank you all for watching. Watch some of the older episodes. Help me do this thing. The 90-day challenge is a lot dependent on the watch time that I'm getting, and that like just let the full video run so that they think you're riveted and paying so much attention. So, you know, don't be like clicking around and just giving it a like and then getting out of there. They want like eyeballs, watch hours, stuff like that. So help me out over there. Go visit my Substack. I wrote some things this week about a new crush I have that's also on YouTube that's kind of fun, and Substack. It's fun to get these platonic intellectual relationships. They're so inspiring. It's such a weird time. Anybody that can explain life to you or show you some way of doing stuff right now is just very valuable, I find. It's a very, very tricky time. And I really do think that the most rebellion that we could ever have is to follow our dreams and to come together and make a beautiful world. I think it's a very radical thing, actually, to not get swept up in the chaos. It's much better out here. So I'll see you in the next one. Can you believe these roses in October? So nice. Look, I got these out of my storage unit. You know I'm in California now, baby. Got my little French boots on. I had these in New York though, and actually, you know what? That's this guy's blood. There was a guy beat up outside the slipper room who was like jumped by all these guys outside of my truck, and I sat with him while his head was bleeding. He was leaning against my legs until the ambulance came. Anyway, still got these boots. He called me later to thank me for saving his life. That's why it's kind of a happy blood stain. But now we're here.